Before we begin, let's take a moment to get used to the camera controls. Move the camera to the objective marker, find your unit, and left-click to select it.
Yes, sir. This is Saber 6. Actual comm check complete. Over. Hearing you loud and clear, sir. War is about to kick off, and we suffer a flat tire. Our escort back to the staging area is waiting nearby, sir.
You have selected your first unit. Let's check out the unit's information panel. The left part of the panel displays general information about the unit. The central part is dedicated to the unit's rules of engagement, a concept that will be covered in a later tutorial. The right part of the panel is dedicated to the unit's weapon loadout. Clicking on the name of the unit will open an even more detailed unit panel. You can also access it by pressing the I key. An escort is waiting. Move the command unit by right-clicking near the friendly troop transports. Your new unit is a military police squad transported by an unarmored jeep. Here's the main label that displays several details. In the center, the icon of the unit, which uses either RTS or NATO symbols. At the top left, if any additional unit is carried, the icon of the transported unit is displayed. On the right, the unit's experience. This represents the price range of the unit. Here, the red triangle means that the transport vehicle is of low price. And finally, the name of the transported...
All right. Our staging area is further up the road. No time to waste, sir.
You can find the orders menu on the right-hand side of the interface. Hover your cursor above each option to find out what they do.
Moving out. Going there. Need a ride? Going there. What the hell is happening? And get the troops to Redcon 1. Over and out.
We're almost there, sir. The road to Friedewald. There's a lot of stalking in the woods. Ivan is surely waiting in ambush. We know of the presence of the 39th Guards Motor Rifle Division in the area. We gotta scout the roads ahead and find a safe path.
Before we continue, let's look at how vision works through the line of sight system. Pressing C or clicking the button displays a circle-like shape around the currently selected unit. This circle represents the field of vision of the currently selected unit. As you can see, some areas are not visible while others are clear. Buildings, for instance, are obstacles that entirely, on the contrary, small tree lines do not block vision. Sight lines are blocked by dense forests. However, the edges can still be seen through. In order to detect an enemy unit, it must be within your unit's field of vision, but that's not all. Detection also depends on the enemy's ability to hide, and of the stealth bonus granted by the terrain it's on. It's easier to detect an enemy standing in an open field than it is to detect the same unit hidden in a forest. Likewise, it's also easier to detect a tank than it is to detect a small infantry section. All of these factors determine how close a unit must be to another in order to detect it. The detection display tool can show you the detection ranges of your unit, depending on various stealth and camouflage settings. Detection ranges are represented as colored circles around your selected unit. Use your recon units to find a safe path to Friedwald.
Radio check, Red 1-6, over. Waiting for instruction. Radio check, Red 1-6, over. Waiting for orders.
Sir, Ivan spotted. Enemy T-62 in sight. I bet they're not alone. Facing them with Humvees is out of the question. Let's find another way.
War Daddy to Red Leader. I am listening. Yes, Captain. Enemy spotted.
Sir, we have safely reached the road to Friedewald. The rest of the company may follow.
Good work, Commander. You found a safe path to Friedwald. Make your way to the town.
Sir, this is Dragon 1-5. Locals talk about enemy airborne troops heli-dropping to the north of the Allsworth Industrial Estate. Let's scout out the factories before we deploy our forces. Over and out.
Move your recon unit to the industrial park. Use a move fast order to travel quickly.
Yes, Captain. Enemy spotted.
Sir, Dragon 1-5, over. Seems like a company worth of VDV assembling up the road. My mechanized infantry and their M113 supports are only lightly armed. We might catch the Soviets in the open if we create a forward defense at the factories. Over and out.
Infantry units typically deploy with their transports. These battle taxis range from unarmored trucks to APCs or heavily armored infantry fighting vehicles. Select your infantry. Move them at the marked locations and disembark them with the unload order.
War Daddy to Red Leader. I'm listening.
If your current selection contains more than one unit, you can still give a specific order to a specific one without breaking your whole selection. In order to do so, just press the Tab input to highlight one of your selected units. You can then give this unit, and only this unit, a specific order. Press Tab as you will to change the highlighted unit and give a different set of orders. Practice this by giving each of your 3 transport units a different unload order.
Bring us there, taxi. We'll deploy at this position.
The enemy is in range, so are we. Yes, sir.
Right on time. Soldiers, get ready to repel them.
Open fire when in range.
Before we continue, let's get to know your mechanized infantry squads. All infantry come equipped with small arms, from assault rifles to machine guns, explosives, rocket launchers, or other weapons. You can see which and how many weapons the squad carries in the interface. Next to the infantry unit's label, you can check the number of soldiers. This is the squad's health or fighting power. This is also visible as a status bar under the unit's name. The lethality of your small arms increases as the range shortens. When an infantry unit suffers casualties, it also affects its combat efficiency. The colored bar below the unit's label, ranging from cyan to red, indicates the amount of stress a unit is exposed to. A weapon's ability to inflict stress is listed as its suppression value. When a unit takes too much stress, it becomes stunned. The unit will be unresponsive for a short time. Cohesion is a unit's ability to fight, as well as its level of fatigue. The more stress and casualties a unit endures, the more its cohesion will decrease. When a unit's cohesion drops too low, the unit is likely to rout. It will be uncontrollable and refuse to fight for a short duration.
Damn it! Their cavalry has arrived. The BMDs outgun us. We need to protect our M113s. Keep them out of the fight for now.
If the Soviet tracks get close enough, we can ambush them. We can use the squad's Law rocket launchers to destroy the vehicles. The BMDs are heavily armed, but lightly armored. Make sure to keep your M113s out of the fight. Certain infantry squads carry one or multiple short to medium range anti-tank weapons. Your squads are equipped with Law rocket launchers. Use them well.
Waiting for instruction.
That's the last of them. We secured our lines.
Sir, Stampede 2-6 here. The enemy has been spotted in the forest and in the hamlet of Jassa. We need to clear both before we can continue to fold them.
The Green Berets are great at close combat. Let's use them to neutralize potential enemy ambushes. Then we employ the engineers from the convoy to secure the village. Take command of the Green Berets of the Detachment A. Use the hunt order to let them advance and engage any enemy in range automatically. The Green Berets are equipped with submachine guns. With a high rate of fire and accuracy, these firearms excel in close combat.
This is Red 2. Enemy spotted. Medic! That's the first squad. Intel recovered shows further blocking positions in the forest.
Keep in mind, in forests, units gain additional cover and a 50% damage reduction bonus against most weapons. Line of sight in the woods can be considerably reduced. This helps stealth, with units gaining a 2.75 times bonus.
Platoon is formed and ready.
This is Red 2. Enemy spotted. I'm hit.
Second platoon ready to start. Well done, guys. If the enemy is in range, so are we.
This is Red 2. Enemy spotted.
Fire on sight. It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle. Major 5 ready. I'm hit. It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle.
Good work, men. We can't get around Jassa, though, and the village is crawling with Ivan.
Our engineers are well suited to engage the enemy in urban combat. Let's bring our squads forward and kick the Soviets out with flamethrowers and demolition charges. Clear the village of enemy troops, make good use of cover and sight lines, and use the line of sight tool if necessary. Urban combat can be a brutal, destructive affair. Certain types of infantry and weapons are better at it than others. Your engineers field demolition charges and flamethrowers. These are excellent close combat weapons. Keep in mind that buildings give garrisoned squads a 70% damage reduction bonus and an increase of 3.75 times in stealth.
Yes, sir. Everybody, check your ammo. Copy, right up. Get in formation. If the The enemy is in range, so are we. Shut up and listen to the chief. As you command, sir. Choose your target. Platoon formed and ready. Copy, right up. Get in formation. As you command, sir. Get those Reds down. Got it! One less coming. It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle. Firing when in range, sir. Yes, sir. Have it! Get down! Got it, right up. Get in formation. One less coming. Yes, sir. Open fire. Major 5, ready. Ah! Hit! Got it, right up. Get in formation.
Good job. Without their command unit, the enemy is disorganized and will soon retreat. That's it. We did it, sir. Jassa is ours. If we keep to the back roads, we might make it to Fulda in one piece. The supplies and reinforcements will come in handy for our Black Horse comrades in arms. Over and out.
Sir, Yankee 55 and Recon reporting for duty. Enemy armor has already been sighted to the west, meaning the Ruskies have bypassed what remains of the squadron and us. A single T-72 sits crippled on the road. Let St. Ivan's suffering, moving to position and engaging target. Over and out.
I hear you loud and clear.
Let's take time to look at the Smart Targeting tool, also known as your Dynamic Attack Cursor. The values here indicate the target's armor and which part of it is targeted. Right below is the distance to the target. On the right is the firing weapon. In our case, it's the tank's main gun. Further down, the penetration power of our weapon. The armor-piercing value is based on the shell, as well as the distance to the target. Underneath, we can read the damage inflicted if the shell hits. Here, the estimated chance of hitting the target. And last but not least, the estimated success.
War Daddy to Red Leader. I am listening.
Targets incoming, sir. 2 T-55s are pushing to our 12 o'clock. We might be outnumbered, but never outgunned. Gunner! Savick!
There are various generations of main battle tanks. The most advanced units feature large caliber tank guns, heavy armor, superior optics, and modern targeting systems. Nevertheless, older generations still have a fighting chance if used smartly. Make sure to get close and approach enemy tanks from angles where the target's armor is weakest. Cavalry saves the day, Commander. You repelled the enemy advance and made excellent use of your...
What the hell, sir? One wrong turn, and before we know it, the whole Soviet army overtakes us. Ivan has set up roadblocks all around us, and we're low on fuel. One good thing, though, our weapon load is full, with systems checked and 100% operational. If we use our missiles smartly and watch our step, we might get out of this in one piece.
Anti-tank guided missile systems can be found in many units, from dedicated armored vehicles such as this American M901 to infantry anti-tank hunting teams and even in helicopters and planes. Capable of dealing with heavy armor at long range, most missile systems need to be guided onto target. This means the firing unit must stand still and keep the line of sight on its target until impact.
Sir, enemy roadblock in sight, and some kind of BTR is guarding the area.
Advance to the position and destroy the enemy unit at the roadblock.
Smash them!
One position taken out. More roadblocks up ahead, though. Let's keep moving.
Dedicated ATGM units are powerful but fragile units. Some systems also have a minimum firing range. As such, ATGMs work best in long-range situations.
Another roadblock right in front of us. Enemy main battle tank spotted. I think it's a T-62.
Take out the hostile MBT and keep moving. Some ATGMs use heat warheads, which can also be encountered in anti-tank rocket launchers. Heat rounds travel at slower speeds compared to kinetic or high explosive shells. However, they don't lose armor penetration over distance. This makes them a weapon of choice against armored targets.
Shells ready. Fire! One commie left. On the mark.
That's it. Inching closer to safety. Keep your heads on a swivel. Wilco. Gun ready, sir. squad out of the danger zone. Good work, everyone.
Good work, Commander. You guided an endangered unit out of a...
Sir, we have a Soviet blocking position up ahead. An attack across the open would be suicide. I suggest using our mortars. If we cover our approach with smoke, we can get close and do some serious damage to Ivan. Redlegs, lay those guns. Hit the grid and create a smoke screen, over.
Mortars, like other artillery units, are equipped with smoke shells. On impact, these shells produce a smoke screen that remains on the battlefield for a brief time. Smoke screens are useful in obscuring friendly units from enemy fire, or hindering the enemy's field of vision. Select your self-propelled mortars and move them to the designated position.
That's your orders, Captain.
Select the smoke position order in the bottom right panel. Left-click on the designated area for the fire mission to begin. A salvo of smoke rounds will be fired.
Gun ready, sir. Load smoke rounds.
Bradleys provide armor for the infantry during the ride and firepower when the soldiers dismount. Close for the kill, and the attack will overwhelm the enemy. Over and out.
What are your orders, sir? I hear you loud and clear. Enemy spotted! Target on sight! Fire! At your orders. Yes, Captain.
Sir, we have a Soviet blocking position up ahead. An attack across the open would be suicide. I suggest using our mortars. If we cover our approach with smoke, we can get close and do some serious damage to Ivan. Redlegs, lay those guns. Hit the grid and create a smoke screen, over.
Mortars, like other artillery units, are equipped with smoke shells. On impact, these shells produce a smoke screen that remains on the battlefields for a brief time. Smoke screens are useful in obscuring friendly units from enemy fire, or hindering the enemy's field of vision. Select your self-propelled mortars and move them to the designated position. Select the smoke position order in the bottom right panel. Left-click on the designated area for the fire mission to begin. A salvo of smoke rounds will be fired.
Load smoke rounds.
The Bradleys provide armor for the infantry during the ride and firepower when the soldiers dismount. Close for the kill, and the attack will overwhelm the enemy. Over and out.
Hunting for commies. Enemy nearby. Protect the gun. Good job, gunner. Yes, sir. Calm down, speed, driver.
Sir, we did it. We wiped out Ivan. The ambush has been neutralized. Let's continue towards Bad Hersfeld. Charlie 3-3, over and out.
Good work, Commander.
This is Able Red 2-9, over. I have confirmed visual on enemy dismounts in the tree line up ahead. They are blocking the way. A section of self-propelled howitzers is on standby for fire support. Let's wipe Ivan off the face of the earth.
This is Warhammer 5-6, ready to strike the anvil. Give us a grid and we'll deliver the fireworks. Over and out.
Howitzers are powerful long-range artillery units that can do tremendous damage without losing accuracy. They take time to reload or adjust their aim, however. Howitzers fire salvos of large caliber shells, such as 105mm, 155mm, or even larger. These shells have great high explosive damage and suppression potential. They can deploy either towed, with less mobility, or as self-propelled units, such as these M109A2s for shoot and scoot fire missions.
Warhammer 5-6, this is Able Red 2-9. Coordinates transmitted. Hit 'em good. Over and out.
Understood. Time to put in the sweat, Redlegs. Fire for effect. Shot out. Over.
Use the fire position command to neutralize the enemy units. Each friendly unit casts a fire correction range, helping to spot artillery fire. In this white circle, friendly artillery will be corrected significantly increasing their accuracy. Keep in mind that most artillery units don't need a target in order to fire. Artillery can use the fire position command to bombard a specific point on the battlefield. Be aware that if an enemy unit entrenches itself in a building, it profits from a significantly higher resistance to HE damages.
10 degrees up. Fire. Target neutralized. HE loaded, ready to fire.
The last position obliterated. Great work. Over and out. Thanks for the heavy ordnance. This is Able Red 2-9. We're pushing forward. The enemy position has been leveled. All dead, or fled if lucky. Strange. No sign of a counterattack. Ivan got pushed out too easily. Something is not right. This is Able Red 2-9. We're under heavy bombardment, requesting a counter battery strike. ASAP.
This is Warhammer 5-6. Happy to oblige. Keep your heads down, folks. Emergency fire mission. Shot out.
Use the counter battery mode to destroy the enemy artillery and protect your allies. Counter battery smart order lets the AI take control over your artillery units while activated. They will move and fire automatically. With the counter battery order active, artillery will fire on known or detected artillery positions, including ones that have recently fired shells. Even if the enemy artillery hasn't been spotted, you can still use the counter battery smart order.
Enemy spotted. Enemy spotted. Enemy spotted.
At your orders, Captain. 10 degrees up. Fire. Waiting for orders. Ready to pound them, sir. Another one bites the dust. Target neutralized. Enemy spotted.
Thank you, Warhammer 5-6.
All units, this is King 6. The area's gone hot. Stand by for immediate deployment.
The panel at the top center of the screen informs you of your command capabilities. On the left side, you can see the command points you have at your disposal. These points allow you to call in units into the field. Here you can see the number of points that will be credited to you at the end of the timer. Here is the timer showing you the countdown in seconds. Finally, this part shows you the zones under your control, the one under the control of the enemy, and the last value shows the totality of the zones on the map. During the deployment phase, you are free to dispatch your units anywhere you want within your assigned deployment area. Deploy your first units by clicking on the top left buttons that each represent a unit category.
This is Saber 6. My units are ready. Over and out.
Your mission is to find any intruding hostile unit, search for the enemy, and secure the area.
Need a ride? Receive loud and clear.
Exercise, sir.
Receive loud and clear.
Need some exercise, sir.
We can't go any faster than that.
Ready, sir.
Yes, sir. We can't go any faster than that.
This is King 6. We have made available additional reinforcements. Use the new unit to eliminate the threat.
You can call for reinforcements at any time using the deployment interface. Once you have chosen a unit, click on the terrain to indicate where you want this reinforcement to arrive.
What are your orders, sir?
Best job I've ever had.
Target on sight. Fire!
Good job, Commander. As expected.
King 6, this is Saber 6. I'm ready to deploy my command vehicles in the area of operations. Over.
Roger that, Saber 6. Be advised, your objective is to take control of both Alpha and Bravo. Over and out.
The command zone represents a sector of the map you need to control in order to gain command points. The value on the left indicates the number of points the area yields per tick. In the center, the name of the command zone is just on the right. The percentage shows the level of influence you have over the deploy a command unit. You can recognize these leader units by the number CMD icon on their unit label.
Right up.
Move your command unit inside the neutral command zone in order to capture it.
I'm in charge here.
The white circle around your command unit represents its area of influence. Any ally unit standing in it will be granted an additional level of veterancy, as well as a suppression recovery bonus. This gives command units a real battle-changing potential, besides being used to capture command zone. Note that a unit that is already at a veterancy level 3 cannot be granted the extra level. However, they still beneficiate from the suppression recovery bonus.
This is Saber 6. Alpha is now under our control. Over.
Solid copy. I have been informed that the enemy has taken Bravo to the northeast. Saber 6, your objective is to find and eliminate the enemy command unit and take over the sector.
Copy that, King 6. We are on the way. Over.
To keep control of a command zone, a command unit doesn't necessarily have to stay within its boundaries after capturing it. Clear the Bravo zone of hostile forces. Make sure to find and eliminate the enemy command unit.
Need some extra eyes, sir?
War Daddy to Red Leader. I'm listening.
Open fire! Attention! Watch out for the red! Ready, sir.
Good job, Gunner.
Ready. Get ready to engage.
I hear you loud and clear.
If the enemy is in range, so are we. Yes, Captain. Enemy spotted.
Tank ready.
On site!
This is Saber 6. We have cleared Bravo of the enemy. We are now in control of the area of operations. Over.
Good work, Saber 6. The training grounds have been secured.
King 6, this is Saber 6. We are ready to proceed with the logistic exercise. Can I demobilize our transport units? Over.
Saber 6, this is King 6. That's an affirmative on the demob order. Get your empty transport units off the battlefield. Over and out.
Most infantry units and some other units, such as towed artillery, deploy with the transport vehicle. Transports, such as APCs and IFVs, can be armed and armored, at times heavily, and useful for continued use on the battlefield after deploying their cargo. Having fulfilled their duty, unarmed transport units, including trucks, jeeps, and helicopters, are better resold when empty. This will recoup part of their deployment cost. Select your M35 truck and resell it. Click on the Resell button in the Orders panel to start the reselling process.
Saber 6 here. We could use some supplies and repair over at Alpha. Are the lines to the rear secure enough to deploy our supply units?
This is King 6. Yes, your lines are protected. Deploy your assigned supply units as you see fit. Over and out.
Saber 6, this is Stoneplate 45. I hear you could use an oil check and a bullet or two. We're on our way. Over.
Saber 6 here. We sure do. I'm dispatching the unit most in need to rendezvous with you south of Alpha. Over and out.
Supply units can resupply Allied units on the battlefield when they're low on ammunition and fuel. They can also repair vehicles if damaged, and even restore soldiers to infantry squads and teams low on strength.
This is Stoneplate 45. We have reached the rendezvous. We'll get you back into the fight in no time.
Move! We're awaiting. Anybody need ammo?
Thanks for the refill and repair. Stoneplate 45. Keep up the good work. Saber 6 out.
2 Soviet supply vehicles were found left behind in the village. You can capture and put them to work for your own forces. You can capture enemy supply and transport units. They have to be unarmed and undefended. Getting close enough with one of your armed units will do the trick. Use your units to capture the 2 supply vehicles.
Closing on them, sir!
That concludes this exercise, Saber 6. Good work.
This is Backtrack 3-4. We got eyes on Soviet tanks refueling and rearming. We request an airstrike ASAP on the grid position. Transmitting now. Over.
This is Vulture. The skies have temporarily cleared. I have little time. Give me the coordinates, and I'll swoop in. Over.
Good to hear, Vulture. Sending the location. Proceed with your attack run. Over and out.
When deploying combat aircraft, they don't become available on the battlefield as ground units or helicopters. Instead, the aircraft will be featured in the Air Wing panel, their base. From there, they can be called into active duty. First things first, deploy an airplane. Click on the deployment panel in the top left of the user interface. This is the same procedure as with any other unit. Click on the aircraft you want to deploy from the Air Wing, then right-click on the target to start the mission.
This is Vulture. Ground strike mission confirmed. ETA, 2 mics. Looks like the skies remain clear of bogeys. Commencing. Over and out.
Before arriving over the battlefield, aircraft will be in a traveling state. You can check this in the Air Wing panel. Certain aircraft, such as interceptors, will arrive relatively quickly. Once over the battlefield, aircraft are considered in mission. Aircraft will stay in mission until they're too low on fuel, too damaged, or ordered by the player to evac back to base. In these cases, the airplane will retreat from the area of operations. They will need time to rearm, refuel, and repair. How long depends on the condition the aircraft left the battlefield in. If an aircraft has destroyed its target and still has munitions to be fired or dropped, it will remain on station until given another order. You can tell an aircraft to fly to a different position. Give another attack order, either fire pause on a specific map point or at visible targets, or use the evac button. Aircraft can perform a wide variety of missions. Close air support is just one of them.
Missiles away. Ground confirmation.
That is an affirmative, Vulture. Both be...
This is Stampede 2-6. The road ahead is blocked again. We see a large number of dismounts and their APCs. Damn it! They got themselves a pretty good position. We need to request some help from our flyboys. Fulda, copy? Frankfurt? Anyone on station? Over.
This is Wrestler 1-1, hearing you 5x5. We got 2 F-111 birds. Send the location, and we will ground pound Ivan into the dirt. Over and out.
Select the bomber and deploy the F-111 napalm into your air wing.
This is Wrestler 1-1. I got a visual on you, grunts. Guide me into the bracket. Nate for Ivan coming in hot. Over and out.
Great to hear your voice, Wrestler 1-1. We're punching in the grid as we speak. Burn 'em. Over and out.
Stampede 2-6, tell me, do you love the smell of...
Affirmative, Wrestler 1-1. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. The enemy infantry by now? Less, I assume. Now, we still need to deal with the APCs.
Roger that. Stampede 2-6. Calling in bird number 2. We'll crack those vehicles open like a tin can with a rock guide. Over and out.
Ready the second bomber in your air wing. Neutralize the armor with your F-111 CLU bomber.
Ship Wrestler 1-1.
Much obliged, Stampede 2-6. Happy to be in the fight. We got bandits coming in. We gotta separate. The way back will get mighty bumpy. Over and out.
Copy that. Continuing our mission to Fulda. Not far now. Over and out.
Excellent work using your fighter bombers, Commander.
Roadrunner to all local units. Enemy aircraft detected in the Niederola sector. Air alert. Take cover.
This is Delta 23. We can't. We are under heavy fire.
Delta 23, this is Roadrunner. Repeat transmission. Delta 23, say again. Delta. Damn it. Ivan has free reign, plinking our tracks one after another. Our air defenses sit like lame ducks without their missiles. If we can get a supply convoy to move munitions to our AA battery, we might reestablish control over our airspace. But we first need our U.S. Air Force flyboys to clear the sky. HQ, this is Roadrunner, requesting immediate air superiority mission. How copy? Over.
This is Demon 21. Us Viper drivers are fragging up and ready to go. Just give the specs and we'll be on our way. Over and out.
Fighter aircraft or interceptors can be deployed to protect your ground units from enemy aircraft or helicopters. Deploy all of your 3 assigned fighter aircraft. Stand by for further instructions.
Eagle 1, ready. Copy, leader.
Careful. When an hostile is spotted, it's better not to send all of your airplanes at once. Otherwise, they would all leave at the same time, leaving you unprotected against the next threats.
Roadrunner, this is Demon 21. Our flight is approaching the sector. ETA 5 mics. Over.
This is Roadrunner. We need top cover on our supply convoy. Watch out for bandits coming from the northeast. Over.
Wilco, Roadrunner. Gonna chase Ivan to hell and back if needed. Fangs out, gentlemen.
This is Roadrunner. We're heading out now. Demon 21. Keep us safe until we reach the destination. Counting on you. Over and out. Roadrunner to all units. We've spotted multiple inbound bandits. Brace for incoming airstrikes. Over and out.
Down in flames. Changing position. Awaiting instructions. Winchester, I'm out of ammo. There are 2 types of pilots, the hunters and the preys. Any update? Alpha check. There are 2 types of pilots, the hunters and the preys.
Demon flight. We lost 1 truck. We need some protection.
Go on, Control. Winchester, I'm out of ammo. Fighter ready.
Guys, we lost another. We only got 2 trucks left.
Awaiting instructions. Fighter ready. Winchester, I'm out of ammo. Down in flames. Move and open your eyes.
We reached the air defense batteries. They should come back online soon. Thanks for the help, Demon Flight.
Excellent work, Commander. You managed...
All units, this is Marauder 6. We have pinned a sizable group of enemy armor and support tracks in the nearby village. Our ground supports are spread thin and need conserving. HQ has given the green light for CAS to take out the Soviet tanks.
Marauder 6, this is Cobalt 12. Coming in hot. Clusters ready to pop. Time to target. 30 seconds. Over. I'm hit! Engine 1 hit! Enemy SAM all around! Mayday! Eject!
Cobalt 12, come in. Repeat, come in. Damn it. Ivan is equipped with multiple heavy AA units. Pause and hold, men. We're asking for backup. Let's hope the Soviets don't notice how few we are on the line. Over. We need to deploy Seed aircraft flying Overwatch and take out those pesky SAM units. They'll make quick work of the radars. If only they would hurry.
Seed aircraft are specialized in destroying radar-based enemy air defense systems. They have advanced detection abilities, coupled with radar homing missiles, allowing these aircraft to fire at radar-using units without a visual target. Prepare the 2 assigned Seed airplanes, Sandman 71 and 72.
Any target? On my way. Go on, Control.
Bullseye! This is Sandman 71. Consider those SAMs destroyed. Let the bombers go to town. Over and out.
Copy that, Sandman. Good work. We'll mop up anything left standing. Over and out.
Good work, Commander. Seed airplanes are a key tool for taking out enemy SAM units.
General, the warning order has been issued. The Warsaw Pact has broken through. We need to reach the town as quickly as possible.
Army General lets you command Cold War-era military formations on a massive strategic scale. Each unit pawn is the size of a battalion or equivalent. 1 day corresponds to 5 turns. Select the 1st Squadron of the 11th Armored Cavalry Regiment by left-clicking the mouse. As indicated on its label and in the side information panel, this unit has 12 action points per turn. These are used to move and fight. Each action costs 4 action points. If a unit moves to the light squares, they can still start combat in the same turn. If a unit moves further to a dark square, they are unable to join a battle afterward. Access all the subordinate formations that make up a unit by clicking on the companies shown in the side panel. These are historically accurate. The icon indicates a unit's main role. In the case of the 111th ACR, it is a tank. Each unit in the Army General Campaign can be found within the overall military hierarchy via the Order of Battle menu. You can also locate the unit formation on the map by clicking the square icon next to the name in this menu. Take some time to familiarize yourself with the user interface. When you didn't follow instructions, please try again.
General, the 111th has been delayed. The squadron cannot reach Fulda immediately.
Your unit has used up all its action points. It can no longer move or fight this turn. End your turn using the next turn button. The distance a land unit can travel depends on the terrain. Forests may slow down units, while roads, you can change the speed of unit movements with the game speed button.
General, the 1st Squadron has reached Downs Barracks. The helicopters of the 411th ACR and 2nd Battalion of the 82nd Field Artillery Regiment are ready to join them.
Move the 411th ACR to the objective. As a helicopter unit, it is not affected by terrain modifiers. Move the 2nd Battalion. This is an artillery unit. They have different movement rules. Their 5 action points lets them travel more than 5 squares. However, if they still want to engage in combat, they can only move 1 or 2 squares in the same turn. You can move several units simultaneously by making a multiple selection with a drag and drop while holding the left mouse button, followed by right-clicking the mouse. Each unit will take the best possible route to reach its destination.
Good news, General. All available units reached Fulda on schedule. We can now prepare for battlefield reconnaissance.
Congratulations. You have...
General, it is confirmed. Warsaw Pact forces crossed the inter-German border. The enemy is advancing rapidly on our forward positions. Commit your forces without delay.
We can send the 111th ACR to meet the enemy. Their scout units should be arriving in Hohenfeld.
Let's talk combat. To begin a fight, you must first see your enemy. In Army General, all units can spot any enemy unit 8 squares away. The red front line around Hohenfeld shows that enemy units have recently been sighted there. Select the 111th ACR. Move your unit to the objective. It is on a light square. This means you still have enough action points.
General, we spotted an enemy recon battalion. Engage in combat immediately.
Each battalion has a zone of control indicated by the hatched squares. This zone prevents enemy units from advancing closer. You can attack an enemy unit when your unit touches the enemy's zone of control and have 4 action points remaining. Left-click on the enemy battalion to prepare for battle. Confirm you want to engage in combat by clicking Prepare. In the Battle Plan panel on the right, you can select the battalions you want to bring into combat. There is only space for 1 battalion in each category except for main combat battalions, which feature 2 slots. Main combat battalions are the only units that can initiate an attack. Other auxiliary types cannot start a combat, only provide support. You can find more details on each battalion's role by hovering over their slots. Add the 111th ACR to the battle plan by left-clicking on one of the main combat slots or by right-clicking on the unit's model in the campaign view. Empty a slot by right-clicking it or on the in-game model. The preparation panel compares the sum of the attacker's attack values with the defense value of all visible defending units. You can try to improve this outcome by resolving the battle yourself via the Tactical Battle button. For this tutorial, simulate the battle via the Auto Resolve button after adding your unit to the main combat slot. This lets the computer automatically resolve the battle. Automatic or manual combat resolution calculates a ratio for each side. This ratio determines the outcome of the battle. This includes losses and fatigue suffered by all battalions involved. Losses result in an irreversible drop in attack and defense values. Despite a major victory, your unit's label shows that its values have dropped from 1812, which impacts a unit's combat effectiveness. Note that your 1 to 11th ACR suffers fatigue points despite its victory. Close the combat result panel.
General, the enemy recon battalion is falling back. We can't let them get away.
A battalion that suffers a defeat automatically retreats 1 square. Your 111th ACR is still in contact with the enemy's zone of control, but no longer has any action points available. End your turn. Your unit's fatigue gauge has dropped by 1 point. Each turn, all units recover 1 point of fatigue, as they have had time to reorganize. Repeat the previous steps to destroy the enemy recon battalion. A battalion is destroyed when it suffers more than 70% losses, or if adjacent units prevent it from retreating. If a unit's fatigue gauge reaches 6, it will be disorganized. When disorganized, a unit loses its zone of control. It cannot attack, and any new attack results in its destruction. Repeated attacks on a powerful unit without giving it time to reorganize is a viable way to
General, we destroyed the recon battalion. It would be...
Congratulations.
Sir, we have eliminated the enemy recon group. However, the Soviet vanguard is not far away. They will attack Fulda soon. What's more, 8...
The enemy is preparing to attack. The 111th ACR can be easily isolated in its current location. You must relocate. The urban area on the edge of Fulda will be an excellent spot to establish a defensive position. Units gain a defensive bonus depending on the type of terrain. When the 111th ACR is now better positioned to resist an attack. All units supporting a friendly battalion.
Sir, the helicopters of the 411th ACR can provide strong and mobile support to our armored units on the ground.
All battalions can support a defending unit if they stand close enough. Select your help. To be able to support an allied unit under attack, a unit must be in or adjacent to its zone of control. The unit must also have at least 4 The helicopters of 411th ACR still have 4 action points remaining at the end of the turn. As an auxiliary squadron, they can come to the aid of the 111th ACR.
Sir, the U.S. 3rd Armored Division came through. Additional artillery and air forces have been placed under our command. They will provide critical support in the coming battle.
Artillery and aviation units follow different. Artillery battalions can join the attack or defense of all friendly units within their fire support range, as indicated by the green circle. In order to do, in the current situation, the air squadrons are always located at the edge of the map. They feature 4 action points. An air unit's high speed allows them to take part in 1 combat per turn, anywhere on the map.
Sir, we suspect the enemy is preparing an air attack. We should set up our anti-aircraft defenses.
Like other ground forces, anti-aircraft battalions also deploying an anti-aircraft costs 4 action points. The anti-aircraft battalion will remain in this defensive state until moved. When the anti-aircraft ability is active during enemy turns, it has a chance to prevent enemy aircraft from taking part in.
We're ready to defend Fulda, General.
All available units are able to support the 111th Squadron in combat. As you can see, the location and remaining action points of your units allow them to participate in the following combat. Terrain bonus. The enemy must have spotted your anti-aircraft positions as no air attack occurred. If any enemy aircraft were intercepted, the interception panel would have preceded the combat results screen. As you can see at the top of the panel, your use of combined arms of different unit types results in a negative modifier for the enemy. They only used 1 type of unit. Apply combined arms for additional combat bonuses.
Sir, our defense was a success. We repelled the enemy. For the moment, Fulda is safe.
Congratulations, you've mastered the...
The enemy managed to seize Fulda in a surprise attack during the night. We must retake the town immediately.
General, the enemy destroyed 3 of our battalions. Fortunately, fresh reinforcements have been sent to our...
Not all reinforcing battalions can be commanded instantly. Some battalions... Other battalions are still strategically redeploying and not yet visible on the map. The 2 reinforcing battalions will each be able to deploy the next turn, and the 168th Armored Battalion is now available. Select the unit and move it. The 54th Engineer Battalion has
Sir, the fresh reinforcements should allow us to encircle Fulda and retake the town quickly. I will signal the 111th ACR to prepare for immediate combat.
select and move the 1 to 11th ACR to the By encircling Fulda and the Soviet Tank Battalion inside, you use all of your battalions to destroy
Excellent news, General. Fulda is ours again. This should throw a wrench into the Warsaw Pact's operations.
Let's look at the victory conditions of an Army General campaign. A campaign ends when there are 3 at the start. Capturing Fulda or more on tactical battles. While preparing for a tactical battle, you can change the distribution of deployment points and reinforcement points per minute. You can do this between you and the AI, or when playing cooperatively, the second player. In preparation of a tactical battle, you can modify which battalions are controlled by each player or the AI, and even drag and drop companies between players. The battlefields on which tactical battles are fought depend on the terrain of the battalion under attack. Note that command zones will always be closer to the defender's deployment zone. There are 2 ways to win a tactical battle. The first is conquest, in which the side wins by reaching the victory. Army General can be played online in co-op with friends or versus via the